No band phase was actually recorded for this, so you can see the bands at the top. It's Cap, Nomad, Valk, and then Clash. For this lineup, this is actually pretty throwback because BC's still on DZ here. Bit of a throwback, Alfama on LSE as well. Bit of some weird sights for sure in the current climate. I'm just here to cast this for fun, so won't be anything too crazy. We'll start off on Consulate with Capitao, Nomad, Valkyrie, and Clash Band. The Clash Band probably by DC against LSE, I would assume. Yeah, they're on defense orange teams. So they were 1 and 4. Band Cap and Clash against LSE. And DZ noted for their use of Nomad. Not going to be able to use it today as LSE takes it away. Start off, we're going upstairs, second floor. DZ looking for pretty usual second floor setup. Nothing too out of the ordinary for them in this game so far. And then Company looking at a little bit of a setup here. The F3 charm on the shotgun, yeah, it is for me. That's some retro stuff as well. DZ just going to start off the second floor. Hyper with a bit of a spawn peek off the rip. We'll see what he can get with that off of the dock. Start off the game, and Nyx goes down very quickly here as Aces appears to say, I don't care, Nyx. Farewell. Free kills for me. And he'll take him off the board with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Really a big early pick there for LSE. They're going to remain in this 5v4 advantage with no trade from DZ. And I believe Nyx was the Yellow Stairs player, as the Jaeger traditionally is. So Yellow Stairs may be a little bit more free as we see Rise enter at the bottom of Yellow and start to work on that barbed wire. 2:18 left in the round. LSE already making good progress on Yellow and towards Bathroom as the IQ peeks through. DZ looking for a bit of a peek. BC himself here going to be swinging out and just tapping the head of Hicks. Take out the IQ on Repel to even the man count at 4v4. Coming into 2 minutes left in the round already. 2 picks down. The buck from below here as Rise sees BC. BC able to escape those. Rise swaps from Skeleton Key to main weapon. Not able to get it out in time. And BC will make away with his life. And only about 25 lost HP. Minute 40 remaining. Already quite a lot of action. LSE progressing to the bottom of Yellow, and Rise on flank watch will take out Houghton, who goes for the hot flank through Statue, looking for anything he can find. Corey going to open up into the connector, looking for any frag he can find on the reverse repel on the B windows. LSE progressing well with 1 minute and 20 remaining, looking for anything that they can find as Rise top spiral, and in comes the plant from Alfama. The smoke's coming out from Mint. It is missed against Alfama, but Alfama will be zapped by the Meister Cam of BC while Hyper takes down Rise on the top of Spiral. Hyper looking to retake some control. Drops Aces at the top of Yellow for a double kill. BC onto Alfama. Corey trades onto Hyper, and now it's a 1v2 for Corey to find himself out of. 52 seconds on the clock, so quite a lot of time for Corey to make something out of this round against Mint and BC on the 2 support operators of Smoke and Maestro, as Corey chooses to run up Yellow, try and make a play from there. Looks through the opened up wall to see if he can find anything inside of that site. Wall bangs onto Mint, creating a 1v1 here. Corey going to put himself in a very tense 1v1 between him and BC. BC shoots a drone, pushes out Baguette, and Corey misses a shot as BC takes him down to end round 1. Good defense from DZ. It looked like a big comeback there from them towards the end of the attempted plant from LSE being almost single-handedly stopped by the Meister Cam intel and the members of DZ just coming alive, their guns coming alive, and dropping almost every member of LSE, leaving Corey in a clutch situation that he could not win out. DZ now going to look towards the cafeteria. As their second site. Looking for anything that they can find inside of the garage. Already took the first round, surprisingly, even after 2 pretty bad man disadvantages off the rip there in the 5v4, and then also I believe it was a 4v2 at one point, or a 4v3 at least. So DZ, big comeback last round. We'll see what they can do this round, as we line up with pretty similar attacker and defense lineups, actually almost identical except for the mirror from Hot and Cold. The mirror there. Gonna have a look here. Pretty typical garage pick. Usually you'll see it in that back security office, but they may set up the piano mirror here. It looks like Hotton's upstairs reinforcing already. You may see him place it in a second here, and he will. He's gonna set up the mirror in bathroom to piano. Keep this control for DZ. Probably setting up one of the SMG-11s inside of that bathroom, as the smoke shotgun works incredibly well at the choke points there. The old deployable shield's still there. We can see Hyper. BC's going to destroy his teammates on the Jammer to reinforce the wall. So a bit of a goof there from Nyx on the reinforcements, but it'll be, I don't think it'll be the end of the world as he's going to have to place his other signal disruptor at the garage door. So BC can get that reinforcement down. Next here, going to look for some early yellow stairs control, and I'm sure they're going to run into that mirror eventually of the upstairs mirror-based bathroom, as their admin office coming in for Rise and LeStream, as they look for anything they can find on this clear. Nyx is going to be set in the bathroom, as I said before, one of those shotgun SMG-11 combos. Great to hold this bathroom down with. You can use the shotgun in close quarters, take out anybody walking through the doorway, and the SMG-11 to take any fights to the mirror. So they'll have Nyx upstairs with the hold. He'll try and keep that bathroom to himself for an extended period and prevent LSC from getting any of that vital piano control to play vertical onto the DZ site setup. We'll see Aces here entering admin with Rise, and they're just going to have some looks and rotates. The Jackal looking for some tracks. And now, actually, Alfama going to use one of those vital exothermic charges on the bathroom wall to get out the mirror, clear out the mirror, and probably clear out Nyx here. So he will probably either drop down or choose to play his life, and he will choose to play his life as he sits in the other corner of the bathroom, awaiting the push from LSC. Nyx, though, will eventually drop down as he sprints over and somehow gets away. I guess he got through the hatch somehow, even with that wall open. So the rotate cut not as effective as LSC may want it to be. Nyx here able to get away. A minute and 20 left in the round. I believe LSC may have some control at this point, but it appears they're still flashing and trying to make plays up into yellow here. Hicks goes to the yellow window with Corey to accompany him up yellow stairs. They're tracking down a third floor roamer at DZ, who I believe is currently sat in the bathroom. Not sure who that is. Could be a Hyper on the Jaeger, as he's typically the out of the sight guy for DZ. Other than Nyx, a minute left in the round and no picks yet. Hyper finally pressured, but he'll take out Hicks here before being removed by Aces. Actually, Nyx being removed by Aces. Hyper still alive on this third floor. 50 seconds remaining, and he could have a very hot flank. But Corey will see him, and he'll miss the one tap, but eventually take down Hyper here. Almost a big mistake from Corey that could have led to some round-ending errors there. But he will eventually make up for it and catch the shot that he needs. Peeks through from Alfama. They still stare into this mirror in the distance here. Not much to do to clear them, actually, as Rise may try to come above. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. The mirror of Hotton will peek in, but Mint will trade him immediately onto Alfama. BC and Mint remaining here. 15 seconds left in the round as Aces takes out BC. Just Mint now on the mirror, and Aces will drop him too. A big triple from Aces at the end of the round to finish it off, and that's why he is the carry of this team. Fries BC right into Mint. The old double for Aces here, actually triple, as he single-handedly takes over the round for LSE and brings it back for them in the dying seconds. Pretty solid round from both teams. What I noticed from DZ is they actually played it incredibly well. They just ended up losing out in those trades in the end. And Aces being nuts is kind of helping LSE a lot there, as he pulled through for them. Overall, pretty solid round for both teams. LSE just coming down to that execute and making it happen, as I got the last few members of DZ on the flank. This time it'll be BC on the mirror, and is this Archives Tellers? It is Archives Tellers. The lesser used fourth site of Consulate, going to be used by DZ. They're going to choose this as their third site as opposed to the piano and lobby choice. And look to find anything they can. This is actually an interesting setup. They've probably got the mirror to place below, and the castle to cut off some rotates up top here. We'll see what they hold, and they will place the mirrors below, as I thought. Big open setup there. I can actually probably see the hallway, the long hall there leading to the garage. So some good control from this mirror window. BC going to be opening up a couple more rotates. They've got Hyper on this side. alibi. Not sure what he's gonna. Probably gonna open up the floor some so they can control tellers from above, just to make sure they have that little bit of extra control. Quite a few C4s I might note as well. Actually, just 2, but they're both probably going to be playing this basement for some control. As LSC looks to contest this admin office, and Houghton will just destroy Corey off of the rip. Looks like he might have got him off the rappel there with the Maestro ACOG. Just absolutely fries Corey, and Rise and Hicks somewhat left, and they did get him off the rappel, somewhat left scattering, as Aces throws in some smokes to start the round. Flashes coming into the copy office as Hyper and Houghton attempt to hold on to this admin office. Reverse repels coming out from LSC, and a repel on the copy office as well. Hyper as good as trapped in the back corner by Alfama as he hops off the rappel and looks for any other opportunity to get. Minute 50 left in the round as looks like LSC tries to contest this admin office hold from DZ. DZ players pretty pinned down in the back corners and the crevices of the office. The ping coming out. They clearly know where this DZ player in the back of admin is. And Ryzen will enter into Tellers and Visa. And now they're going to push the fight into Nyx and take him out as they get control of the A site without much necessary in really actually killing anybody as they take out the only anchor for DZ. The Maestro Cam still spotting them, so there's a danger of C4's 2 Maestro Cams actually in the site as the C4 misses so far for DZ. First C4 missing, and now free kill through the floor for Rise. Rise looking for 2 on the Maestro of Houghton, but they will just trade damage and run away. Alfamo getting the plant down here. A second left remaining on the plant, and the plant will go down as Hyper takes out Hicks. Now in a 3v3 post plant. Looking for anything they can, and Rise looks away at the wrong time, and Hyper will take him out from the vertical holes. Now looking down onto the site is DarkZero. 3v2 for the retake here as they look for anything they can find. Aces with a fiery one tap onto Houghton, and the another flick onto Mint. Aces just destroying DarkZero as they rotate up, and Alfama with the final kill on Hyper above with a quick flick onto the alibi there. The MP, I believe it's, what is it, the MX Storm, not doing as much damage as he would like there with the body shots. Now we'll move into the third round. 2 successful attacks for LSE so far in DZ's first rotation, and now console office meeting room will unlock again for DZ, the only site they've won so far. We'll see them try it again and figure what they can do with this timing on their defense. Hicks gonna 6-pick into the Thatcher. DZ must have had something up there that made Hicks believe that they could possibly been in the basement, or maybe they just figured DZ wouldn't run anything for the IQ and use that to counter BC or Houghton's mute jammers there. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. I believe DZ ran the same lineup last time that they ran on, or the last time they went to console office, so nothing too strange from that. The only change is Hicks from IQ to Thatcher and Alfama to the Habana for LeStream as they look for this admin office take again. I would assume that's usually what you bring the Habana for, to shoot those pellets onto that back console office or projector wall, and then open up the projector wall to place pressure on the anchors, and then walk in yourself to finish the takeoff as Hicks taps away the console windows that were opened up by DZ, trying to pre-fire any kind of spawn peak that may end up, and Hicks still pre-firing. Almost might have caught Nyx there at the top of yellow if he kept shooting. He'll go over to the bathroom rappel as DZ prepares their defense inside. Hyper here going to be the man to contest onto this admin office as he is barricaded off Coffin, and now he'll play back by the long desk, not wanting to risk himself too early on. You can see LSE set up a typical admin take as they sprint in, open up some barricades, and look to push. Alfama just going to open up some of the barricades left by DZ, the walls being opened up, and the Jackal Trex coming in onto Houghton, who I believe is sitting in the corner. And now Hyper take out Aces below. Looks like that was the bottom of Visa stairs. Hyper just to peek into it and shot him with that Doc, the MP5, proving to be very valuable to him. As we look at a 4v5 early in the round here, minute 45. These rounds have been going by a little bit faster than most, as Aces goes down pretty early. No real trades so far from LSE, as Alfama opens up above the wall, possibly for grenades or stuns to go in to clear out these mute jammers. So we can open up that wall. Alfama just still 2 sets X Kairos in his pockets. Hicks here going to throw in the utility. And now the C4 going to come out from Houghton, and it will catch Alfama. Big pick from Hot and Cold as he drops out a projector after a big kill with the MP5. Okay, their big C4 will drop the hard breacher. So only one hole going to be opened up with those X Kairos, and Nyx awaits on Spiral for anybody looking to peek them over eagerly for LSE. Rise peeking through the floor, and Hicks will swing into the bathroom looking for a frag, and he will get one before being traded off by Mint. 4v2 now for DZ. They look to be in the driver's seat of this round. 45 seconds on the clock and counting as the rest of DZ rotates up, looking for some anchor focus against these 2 remaining LSE. Rise will catch Nyx on the stairs, though, and free fires into the connector as Nyx goes down, but then Rise traded. Corey trades him right back onto Houghton. 1v2 for Corey yet again. Seems like the story of the match so far on this top floor. Hyper and Mint standing in his way. Between him and around Win here, he'll pre-fire into the connector. Corey looking for anything he can find. He'll have to run through the smoke. Takes about 40 HP of damage. 14 seconds as Corey pushes up on the connector. Looks through. Peeking in. Trying to find Mint, and he'll be down by the shotgun and fall through the hatch. Fortunately for him, and Mint drops down to finish him off with a knife. As DZ takes another win on this top floor defense. LSE just unable to crack it so far. And it'll be 2-2, evened up in the match score, as DZ will have to look at these 2 other sites to end the half. So we'll see if they can make it happen on the basement or on Archives Tellers, their preferred 3rd site. Not much to say here. Nyx looking for a 6-pick. Not sure what he's gonna pick on the mirror here, as DZ did last time. They had the mirror in the security, and they had the mirror upstairs in piano. We'll see if they do a similar setup. LSE cleared the one in piano pretty fast with the thermite charge from Alfama. The Pulse as well, and the Legion being picked into by DZ. They're kind of flexing a little bit in this basement defense, trying to change up the lineup a bit. I'm assuming the Legion will be used to punish his Visa push, this kind of crouch walking Aces push that he ran down the Visa stairs with and ruined their round last time. But Corey onto the Ash here, bit of a change for him off of the Zofia. The rest of LSE pretty consistent in what they want to do with their current lineups. Houghton probably looking for some picks on the piano players with the Pulse. Other than that, pretty usual fare for the basement garage. Nothing too crazy overall. The old deployable shields, God, I wish we had them back. Look very lovely. No mirror slots or anything. Early round pressure probably going to be achieved by Hicks over by the upstairs. Actually, if he walked into the bomb site right now, he might get a few free picks on these players near Cap, and it might be a rush here. BC takes out 2 in the back after Rise trades out Nyx. 3v4. Now Hicks is in the site. He's going to sprint through, miss some shots, but eventually catch a headshot on BC, and then another headshot onto Mint. BC and Mint going down. The site players, Hyper and Houghton, apparently on the roam. Alfama already planting in the cafeteria, and Hicks is now set up to hold the yellow rotate. I would assume Corey holding Alfama's flank as well. The pre-fires to the floor don't connect, and the bomb is down very quickly here. About 40 seconds between the beginning of the round and the bomb going down, as Alfama and Corey and Hicks ready to defend the site against DZ, who actually picked it. Pulse coming down. Yellow. Houghton will win one gunfight against Hicks. Peeks in for more. Looking for anything he can find. Corey will take out Hyper. And Alfama onto Houghton. And the round is over. It's only been a minute. As LSE recognizes this deep roam from DZ. And they say, forget it. We'll just sprint in onto these 2 anchors. And Hicks catches 2 incredibly important kills onto the anchors of Mint and BC, opening up the site and allowing LeStream to just walk in and finish the round very early as they take their 3rd attack on Consulate. Very close to winning the half, as well as DZ has to go back to Archives Tellers, a site that they didn't exactly succeed on the first time. Alfama's actually going to 6-pick onto the Havana here, so we'll see him come off the Thermite. Not sure what the purpose is. It's usually on Archives Housing not doing too much hard breaching. Maybe they'll go for a bit of a basement push this time. Last time they had that Tellers push, push going. Let's see what they want. I apologize for the VOD quality at times. I assure you it's not my internet, but rather the Allied VOD just sometimes drops a little bit in quality, and then the 1080p comes back. For some reason, they've just got moments where it's not quite as good as it should be, and here you see it come back. But other than that, pretty similar to last time from DZ. I don't really see them varying anything up too insanely. I'm not really surprised by what they're bringing. I believe it's the same identical lineup to last time. Now we'll look at it here. Hyper going to be holding admin again. I assume Hot will join him sometime soon on that Maestro ACOG. And there he is, hot and cold upstairs with them. Nick's going to, I believe, 11 hit this castle so they can make a quick rotate if they need it, but still leave it up to prevent LSE from holding any long angles from that Visa window. Technically, are going to be looking on towards Connector as he pushes above. Hicks, clearly a favorite of our observer here. So far, we've seen a lot of Hicks in the past couple rounds. Hyper just remaining above, and Corey actually clearing down into the garage. So maybe a bit more of a garage-based push this time. I believe I see Rise and Hicks. Yep, both Rise and Hicks in this garage. So it might be a bit of a an archives-based attack here for team members of LSC as they look onto this basement. Couple already in the garage, and Alfama actually putting some pressure on admin. So maybe faking this vertical or faking this garage play to go instead for their admin clear like they did last time. See Hyper here, just crouch walking down these spiral stairs. There must have been some calls in about the garage or the basement garage cam being taken out and the possible push coming from there. Houghton hears the repels, but will peek into the wrong window that nobody is exactly on at the time. Alfama and Aces now inside of admin office after forcing Hyper out of there and Houghton out of there with their early pressure in the basement. So possibly a boon for this fake basement play out of LSE as they've drawn the DZ defenders off and gotten free admin control for themselves with a minute remaining in the round. Bit of a fake out by LSC that has succeeded so far. We'll see if it succeeds in the execute as Alfama looks to push into Visa. Nick's the only anchor trapped over inside of Tellers. Corey's going to open this up as Nick catches one of Alfama, an early frag. The pre-fire's onto the Jackal ping, but he's not there any longer. Houghton will take out Aces the Jackal himself to continue the run for DZ this round as Hyper puts it into a 2v5 desperation mode for LSE as Rise and Hicks remain, and only Rise remains right after I say that. Rise here sitting in the admin office. Nick's probably looking to flank him here, but he will go down to Rise. 1v4 for Rise. Probably unwinnable here with only 20 seconds on the clock. And all of DZ's guns trained at him as he flanks down the Visa stairs, looking for any frags he can find. But nothing doing for the singular member of LSE. It's remaining of DZ. Catch a second frag, but probably not enough to win the round here. A 1v3 with 4 seconds, usually pretty impossible. And Rise will find no more challengers, as Hyper would have gotten the frag if there was another second in the round. But 3-3 is how the first half will end. DZ finally able to defend a site that isn't console office. But 3 successful attacks out of LeStream put them pretty much in the driver's seat here if they can manage their defenses well on this second half. Lobby and Press coming in right off the rip here for LeStream. They're going to use Mira. She's left up, which is pretty interesting on Consulate. And both of these teams using her pretty avidly. Usually you don't see this too often. Teams will just practice so much without Mira, they won't even use her when she's on band. But LSE clearly eager to use her. But, okay, as I say at the Caster's Curse, maybe not. Echo coming out as they attempt, I believe the Mira was a bait that LSE would be going to the garage, and they won't be as they take into Lobby Press. Picking a Lobby Press, and Alfama will 6-pick onto the Echo, a bit more somewhat fair for Lobby Press room than the Mira is. Nothing too crazy coming out from these operator lineups. Pretty much usually the ordinary BC on the sledge as we've usually seen him. Soft Breacher. Next on the counter. Hyper and Mint on entry and Han on support. So we'll see what we get out of this. As the upstairs hold looks to be coming in for LeStream. As they invest a decent amount of reinforcements and manpower above, just looking for anything that they can find overall. Mint just going to be droning out the basement, looking for anything he can find. And looking up through this basement hatch, actually, for what may be a later push, maybe to get a free pick into this bathroom. Rise spawn peeking out towards the police line spawn, and Corey awaiting in the bathroom as the Maestro with the ACOG. Quite a throwback as Alfama sits in the connector and awaits his fate as well. 3 players upstairs for LSC. Probably 1 to 2 anchoring for them just to hold it down on site. Nope, 4 above here for LSE. So just 1 player on the site. I believe it's Hicks on the smokes, probably sitting near the bathroom or in the piano connector, and there he is. It's only 1 player on site at this very moment for LeStream as Nyx walks up the spiral stairs from below, but Rise will look to challenge him here in the Jaeger as he pushes into the top spiral stairs. Maybe unaware of Nyx's position. Actually, a down gonna come out as Hyper goes down to the SC-11 Hicks. Hicks doesn't know this as points are turned off, and Hyper will be revived by that front door to shoot his stuns in at the sole anchor of LeStream. Hicks will smoke in response to the smokes from DZ, trying to prevent the plant at all costs, as Houghton looks to flash in on the piano connector anchor. Hicks, and he will force him out right into the gun of Hyper. Hyper takes him out. BC on the flank watch fighting Alfama and spawn. The plant probably looking to come in the next couple seconds, and Alfama will drop right onto him in an aggressive play. The Echo MP5 SD, he will drop Mint. Peeks out looking for more onto Houghton, maybe another onto BC. He'll get it. Rise will get one onto Nyx. And finally, the trade by Houghton onto the Echo at the console desk. He'll hop right back on a drone, but Hyper will be vaulted out on by Aces. The unending aggression of LSE as they continue to peek into hot and cold. He's on 1 health, and Aces will relieve him of his 1 HP by blowing his head clean off through the floor. That's the first round for LSE on defense, and they go up 4-3 in this close matchup. We're actually gonna see a console office defense from LSE. They've actually put in the Bandit and the Mira, which is very interesting. I think they'll stick the Mira and 6-pick the Bandit here, probably, is probably what we're looking at, and they will. So I'm guessing the Mira and the Castle are going to be the pairing, maybe a Mira and Connector from Alfama. Bit of an interesting setup. You usually don't see it anymore, but it's definitely something that Mira's unbanned. You can make it happen. Probably the Castle and Connector window and then the Mira in the Connector. This is the meta, but we'll see what LSE actually brings out here. Kicks onto the Echo here from the Bandit. And the Thermite's stuck by DZ, so I'm guessing they'll go for a more Windows-based attack as opposed to the admin attack we saw LeStream favor earlier in the match. You know, there's only so much you can say about setups. As the quality goes down again, my apologies. But as we see the team set up, they look for anything. Hicks actually going to place an Echo Yokai, and this is an interesting mirror from Alfama, actually. Hold on. He's actually just placed it right behind Long Desk with a Castle on Spiral so they can't shoot it from the skylight. He's got a Crouchable mirror on Long Desk, so you can hold the A site from Long Desk itself. I guess I'll place some emphasis on the admin defense so that this player is safe sitting inside of Long Desk. But DZ appears to only be interested in the B windows and the yellow stairs, as we see Corey, the defender of the yellow stairs for LeStream, sitting at the top there on the Jaeger. As I hope that the new VOD quality revives itself.
Swapping mags!
Yeah, we're on 1080, so listen, I've done the best I've done the service I can. As Allied does not appear to like me. The castle going to be opened up by Hyper early on. 2 minutes left in the round. We'll see what DZ looks at for this yellow take, as Corey still remains at the top, the firm anchor for the stream, and just looks to sit up there and prevent DZ from really pressuring him. Hick's going to rotate one of his yokais over to these yellow stairs. As a bit of an interesting position for Corey. Prone on the yellow platform as he will get grenaded straight to hell by BC. As he would just be blown up. The yellow anchor removed as Aces and the castle of Rise look to push back in. The Hyper is going to push up for DZ onto yellow. The yokai stunned early on as BC awaits him at the top of the skylight. And Nyx will probably join Hyper on yellow here for DarkZero as they look to take some more control. Ace is going to be chopped down on the flank by Nyx, who was at the bottom of yellow before. As Aces falls, it is a 5v3 in this round for LSC as they look to peek in and maybe get a bit more aggressive to play into these picks from DZ. Rise still holding this Ace site as one DZ member looks to push in from yellow. It is Hyper, and Houghton remaining on the rappels, just pre-firing into the connector, looking for anything he can find. 45 seconds on the clock for DZ. Plenty of time with the picks they have here. As he looks down into the long desk, and Houghton will catch one, Mint with the other. It's a 1v5 for Rise. Not sure how he'll solve it. And Mint will solve it for him by dispatching him from the round and the world to make it a 4-4 game as DZ knots it up yet again. So far, been very even. Gonna go right back to console meeting. I'm guessing, yeah, no mirror this time, or castle from Rise or Alfama. Corey gonna pick into the Vigil, maybe 6 off of it. Not quite the meta for the top floor. We'll see what he does with that. Is DZ pretty similar setup? Alfama actually picking in the mirror as choosing the 6 the Echo instead. So we'll see Corey on the Vigil, probably on the Room. Aces onto the Legion. And Rise onto the Jaeger. Rise probably taking up Corey's position on those yellow stairs where he was so easily grenaded off last round. Pretty much same lineup from DZ, other than Mint going from Jocko to IQ. So nothing too insane or out of the ordinary for the sites.
Stay clear of ABS line of fire.
We'll see a pretty usual setup here for LeStream. As I said before, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. Ace is in Visa right now, which is a little interesting. Maybe an aggressive play off the rip, or maybe just a hold vertical for his admin hold friends. Although, as we've seen from DZ, they really like this vertical take, opening on these B windows into the console office as opposed to the admin side take. And DZ spawns like they're going to do it again here. Probably hopping up on these rappels pretty soon.
RTD active. If it runs on battery.
Again, nothing insane in the early round here. I feel like I'm just kind of awaiting some action. Nothing going in wild so far. Just so far, LSE clearly set up a bit more conservatively than last time. Rise not playing as aggressive in the yellow stairs. The whole team not as focused on admin, more focused on this B Windows take. And DZ not really looking for any crazy picks or pushes into these defenders so far. They look to get to the bottom of the yellow stairs. Nyx and Hyper are probably going to be the 2 players coming up, as Aces awaits them, looking through Z onto the yellow stairs themselves, and Corey as well. So clearly a push from a player from LSE to try and stop this yellow take as Hyper goes down. Nyx going to peek into Corey next, looking for the trade. He gets lit up as well by Corey. So now Nick's on 25 HP, Hyper dead, and no progression for DZ up yellow, as LSE perfectly counters them for this round so far. Nick's almost dead. No real progression for this vital yellow stairs control for DZ, as they haven't gotten the grenade they got last time onto Corey either. So you can hear those ADSs going off of Rise on the top, and BC onto one grenade only, so he'll try and save that for when the ADSs are fully cleared. Ace is on a full rotate up Visa, and Corey remains near the circle desk. So still a thorn in the side of DarkZero, as they are fighting in essentially a 4v5, almost a 3v5. It's incredibly low. And 35 seconds on the clock. DZ really with no control. 2 players on the skylight, one just repelling now. 25 seconds left in the round. DZ almost no control, no picks. Really looking south. Nick's just going to try and force it up the yellow stairs, but he will be taken out by Rise. 5v3 for LSE. 15 seconds left in the round, and DZ still remains in these repels. They finally come off that, and that's going to be the round. As the Vigil runs out, Corey gets 1, almost 2. Take out 1. Rise will finish off. Hot and BC will trade on the Rise before being dropped by Hicks. As DZ wasting a bit too much time and not quite enough aggressive pushing here, as the only aggression came from Hyper, who was swiftly cut down by the double red stairs, or double yellow stairs watch of Corey and Aces. 5-4 now. LSE takes a slight advantage deep in the game. They're gonna go on to the basement. Which we haven't seen from them yet, I believe. We saw piano and then console twice, so this is a bit new, as opposed to what they were running before. 5-4 on the scoreboard, and now onto the basement for LSE. They're going to run the Mira. Maybe they may run it like DZ did. We'll see. As Hicks goes to the top floor with some wires. Maybe a full extended hold. And yes, they'll be opening the hatches. So there will be a third floor roam from LeStream as they open up some of the hatches and place some utility upstairs. Piano hold, mirror, as well as him from Alfama, as we'll see him place him on that single hall from there. DZ, we haven't seen their garage take yet. We'll see what they do with this. It's going to be a third floor extended room from LSE, so I'll have to almost certainly clear this third floor, which DZ hasn't really favored doing so far, preferring that B Windows take on console, so not an admin take team thus far. But we'll see if that changes. It's Hyper and Mint both spawn police line. Maybe 2 take on that, and we're going to clear out this third floor room. Something missing on the wall here as Alfama pings it out. BC reverse repelling on this projector balcony and looking for what he can find inside a projector. I believe there are runners third floor from LSE from the way they set up, so I would assume there is somebody in there. It might be Corey the Bandit in the top floor, and that's something we usually see, and he will be dropped right away here. Hyper takes out Corey very early on in the round. Only 45 seconds in, just barely, and Corey will go down in the third floor round. Big opening pick for DZ as they look to hop to Visa, and now Hyper into admin. So DZ taking care of business here in this third floor. They're going to take from admin now, as opposed to their top floor take where they took from the CEO windows. And tapped out is the drone there by Hicks. He remains in the basement. Ace is still one of the 2 roamers. I believe their mirror is in the bathroom as well. Ace is just remaining near Z on the bottom of yellow, waiting for any drones so that he may fall back or change position. Alfama actually on the spiral staircase. He's actually pulled back a bit, but he's pulled into this aggressive angle on the spiral. Nick's drone actually just sitting right at the door of spiral. He's looking at Aces right now. He doesn't push forward to see that Alfama is actually holding him across from spiral. So if anybody's walking through statue, it could be an ill fate for them against the vector of Alfama. Rise and Aces both on this top floor. Both in the bathroom, Aces will drop out, and Rise will be the man to continue to hold the bathroom itself as he remains upstairs. Minute on the clock for DZ. They've slowed down quite a bit since they've gotten this third floor control, and they've really kind of lagged behind. A minute left in the round. No garage panels open. No picks other than Corey. and DZ somewhat lagging behind so far. They will go for the garage panels now, as the utility has been cleared off. Garage will be getting opened up. Aces may go for an incredibly aggressive run out through yellow, but he won't. He'll choose better, as Alfama gets lit up somewhere on the map, probably on those spiral stairs. Now running into the garage is Hicks. He'll be lit up a little bit. And now peeking into the piano room is Mint. He will be swiftly traded by VC, I assume, and he will be in the end as VC drops the smoke on the ground. Houghton will drop Hicks, the Maestro, and now just Aces and Alfama remain in the way for DarkZero as they push into the site. Houghton all the way up on the yellow pillar. Aces will go down to Hyper, and Alfama remains in a 1v4 in the back corners of the site, one would assume, and Hyper will fire through onto him as well, picking up his second or third of the round. I believe it was his third, as Hyper goes off a little bit. Pre-firing through. Yep, just a quick pre-fire off some drone intel there. So 5-5 it will be here as LSE and DZ head into this 10th or 11th round tied here. 5-5 overall. Definitely not something you usually see. Lobby press unlocked. LSE had a very good time on this site last time, as really not much of an upstairs roam clear came through. And DZ just kind of attempted to sprint in the front door, and it didn't exactly work out for them, as they were pretty much mowed down by the majority of LSE playing above and in the piano connector. So wasn't too much of a problem last time for LeStream. Now looking into the next portion of the game. 5-5 here. Aces and the gang going to piano. And lobby. We'll see the pretty similar lineup to last time. Corey and Alfama doubling up on those Intel brothers of Echo and Maestro. Pick's probably going to be the sole anchor on that smoke. DZ, I don't believe has changed our lineup much, other than Mint. Mint goes from IQ to Jackal, depending on if he echoes up. So, nothing too crazy from DZ, as they remain pretty similar to what they had before. Move into this 11th round of the game here. Tied by 5, very close so far. Last time, I might note that LSE actually won this site pretty handily. So let's see if DZ can replicate some kind of a bit of a better push this time as they drone into the basement. I'm guessing they just found out the site is not the basement. Probably just figuring that it is now the piano lobby area. As we see Corey above in the bathroom and Alfama in the connector. Probably the 4-man roam, similar to last time from LeStream. So Hicks gonna start it off pretty quickly. Nix is gonna drop. The smoke's coming out. That's actually a pretty aggressive push here. As Houghton walks into the bathroom right into Hicks, he'll die. Mint will go down in piano. 5v2 very quickly as DZ look to rush into that piano from yellow stairs. Hyper will drop Rise, but not much of a trade here as the 4v2 remains. Actually a 4v1 now as Hyper will go down to Hicks. And now up the spiral stairs Hicks goes to escape BC. So really the way it looks at the moment, DarkZero is going to have to bring themselves out of a 1v4, probably onto a 6-5 match point here. As BC, will creep up behind Hicks, but he'll get turned on in the very last second. That's very unfortunate to see. You really thought he had the jump on him. I'm guessing Hicks he gets the in-ear audio right here and flicks back on him for the quick frag. Pretty standout performance from Hicks is what we usually see out of him on his usual flex anchor role. He's actually doing pretty incredibly well this game. Haven't seen the scoreboard so far, but him, Aces, and Corey definitely something to watch so far. DarkZero here going to be forced into a console office meeting room attack again. If I remember correctly, they're 1 for 2 so far. The last time they kind of lagged a little bit. They had a bit of an issue with Corey sitting near piano and a bit of an issue with Aces sitting at the bottom of the statue on their yellow stairs push. Houghton might 6 into the Habana here. No, he's going to 6 into the Jackal, actually. So they're just going to look for pure frag power from DZ. Going to continue on this Windows take. So probably going to go for this B Windows take again. The big issue is yellow for DZ. They've really had some issues with taking onto yellow and pushing up yellow. On the last round, they attacked the site. The first time, they really had 0 issues at all. Just grenaded Corey right out. But this time, we Rise at the top, a bit more of an adept ADS trigger. And we'll see what he can do against DZ and the gang. Is pretty fair amount of fragging power from the side of DarkZero, so nothing too terribly support-oriented other than Nyx on the Thatcher. So we'll see what they can do as Corey looks for somewhat of a similar roam here near the bottom of yellow, probably looking at those early picks onto unsuspecting DZ attackers. As match point will begin pretty early on here. Houghton himself actually going to push up towards these B windows. Diffuser carrier this time is actually Hyper, as opposed to who we've seen most of the game, which is Hot and Cold. As Hyper looks to run up and probably pass this off to somebody else. Yep, it's going to be Mint or Houghton to try and plant this diffuser later in the round. 30 seconds off the clock, and DZ very much shaped up on these B windows. 3 or 4 players on rappel, and now the launcher of Houghton sitting near the B windows, looking to see what he can get done with the Sophia launcher, trying to take out some of these Maestro cams or intel, but it turns out there is no Maestro. Alfama on the Echo is the main obstacle for DZ. They do have the IQ of Mint, so some counterplay within themselves there as Hyper looks to get on this connector rappel and make an early push. Alfama will spot the drone in back of meeting where he holds and take it out. Smoke's actually going to come in. Houghton may just jump in this window. Looks like he's gonna. He's just completely gone around the defense of the yellow stairs, and it doesn't work out for him as he goes down to Alfama's free fire. Smokes on his Echo, so he'll peek out from connector. The first pick goes to LSE here. They looked at a slim victory. Alfama will get another before being traded out by Hyper. The connector window repel will be dropped by Hicks. Now Nyx in big trouble as Aces drops him in the near the bottom of the spiral. BC is all that remains. 1v4 for the match. Looks like LeStream will take it. BC just remains on the rappel there, spidering his way along the west side of the building. The diffuser is down in sight. BC in desperation mode at the bottom of yellow here, and I don't believe he's going to get anything done against these remaining members. 40 HP for him and a minute on the clock. Corey there sitting in a punch hole. Rise push down yellow. They see him take out the barbed wire. Rise pushes in. Corey in the punch hole, and it's all over here. 7-5 for LeStream as they take down DarkZero on Consulate here and will move to an even better record in this Swiss group stage. We'll have a look at the scoreboard here, see who really carried its ace. Apparently it was Aces and Rise. I thought Hicks had a very good game for what he had. Hyper as well on DZ really put in some work. Yep, 14 nade for him. And Hicks had a pretty solid one, 9-9. Corey and Alfama right behind him, though. Very balanced performance from them. Nyx, they're lagging pretty badly on DZ. So that'll be it. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Pretty solid cast.